What's up YouTube, this is GalacticGod and I'm coming at you today with some more DevPro Duels. Today I'm going to be playtesting my Photon Deck. This is a deck that I have kind of been working on pretty much since the release of the Zexal Tins, when all the new Photon cards were able to come out over here to the TCG land, if you will. I'm playing against Mermills. It's probably, considered by most to be the top deck of the format, so it's a good deck to play test against. One card that Mermill players definitely hate dueling against is Shockmaster, and if they hate Shockmaster, they definitely hate Light and Darkness Dragon, because I can just keep negating every effect one after another. Essentially, they have to blow through all their effects to get Light and Darkness off the field, which is pretty cool. It's pretty useful. Then once he's gone, I'm able to bring out the GalacticGod's Photon Dragon and just kind of rape face with him. Now I kind of go after the Pike right here because I'm setting up for another another Light and Darkness play here in a second, which will help me get rid of their lead. One of the cards I was testing out was Beckoning Light. This allows me to recycle all the light monsters that I want, and then kind of ditch the ones that aren't working for me at the time, so it works out pretty good. And here the Mermill player is pretty much left with nothing and is going to have to scoop it up. Okay, so up next, doing against a Lavavel deck. This deck's probably going to become a little bit more relevant here in a few weeks once the new Hidden Arsenal is released and the TCG. For those of you guys who are wondering, I am playing TCG only here on DevPro. It's usually how I always do, especially when I'm testing decks. I want to see how it's actually going to work, in the current format, so you got to test against TCG. Some players get mad that I don't play TCG/OCG on DevPro, but I just kind of like the way it works better. That way I know exactly how the deck's going to perform against other decks. Some people make, the argument that you're going to be dueling against these decks soon, but I point out that that may be the case for some of the cards, but not all of them. And then there are other cards, that might be out that I won't include either side, or it just creates a bigger mess in my opinion. Especially if you're just going on there for fun, you just want to try out random crazy decks, then OCG, TCG is definitely the way to go. But if you're just going on there merely to test to see how your deck's going to do, then you definitely got to play TCG only. So here he was able to finally get rid of my Light and Darkness Dragon and get over it with a nice little plus with the Flamefell Fire Dog, but I do bring out the big dog here, the GalacticGod's Photon Dragon, and this allows me to once again go back into Light and Darkness Dragon. A lot of decks have a real problem with this card. I mean, they just can't get around Light and Darkness Dragon, especially when you're dropping more than one in a game. They have to just expend so many resources over and over again to get rid of it, because especially combo-oriented decks, they have like an enormous problem with Light and Darkness, because you interrupt a piece of the combo and they have, issues. Now here they're going to try and blow through a bunch of their resources yet again to try and get rid of Light and Darkness, which, is going to happen here in a second. But even when they get rid of them, I still have GalacticGod's Photon Dragon coming out to give them, more major problems too. So I got like 7 cards in hand. GalacticGod's on the field. They've got almost no resources left whatsoever. It's, GG. Alright, so for my final duel here, I'm going to be dueling against the Noble Knights. I'd actually never dueled against this deck before this time, so it was quite a treat to be able to do so. I wasn't really sure what their plays were or what to really expect when dueling against them, so everything was a real big mystery. And they dropped BLS on me and I was like, oh my goodness. One of the good things about this deck is it does have a lot of crazy different answers. One of them is being creature swap. I am playing, lots of tokens and shiny angels, so creature swap is usually very live. And here I'm able to kind of flood the board with a ton of monsters. It's kind of cool. Just do some massive amounts of damage. And when he goes to try and make a somewhat of a play, I'm not really sure what he was thinking he can accomplish much here. But it did leave it open for me to go ahead and bring out probably the hardest card in the deck, the Neo GalacticGod's Photon Dragon. Really cool to be able to get it out though. It's pretty awesome. Anyways, this has been me testing out Photons here on DevPro. Remember, let me know what you think of the Photon Deck down in the comment section below. And if you'd like to see some future videos of me testing this deck. And I guess that's about it for now. This is GalacticGod, out.